Hello everyone, this is my video as to how to best assimilate your new chickens, your pullets or your chicks into your existing flock. Here at my home, we had approximately 19 chickens, and between predators, we butchered a chicken, and unfortunately on occasion you'll just have a chicken up and die. It doesn't happen very often, but it occurs. Anyway, between those three scenarios, we were down to 13 chickens. So we decided to get 6 new ones to replenish the flock. And when you do that, you have some issues with the pecking order. And what I mean by that is the older birds, the birds who are in charge, will tend to hit pretty hard on the newer birds to set the pecking order, which is fine and part of nature, except unfortunately, if you let things get too far out of control, at times you can either have your new birds get injured or potentially killed. So here are a few ideas that you can use to prevent this from happening. For starters, you'll see in the back I have a bunch of branches that we've pulled into the penned-in area. And this gives the younger birds some refuge to hide underneath. They can cut through and go underneath it a little quicker than a larger bird, and sort of out of sight, out of mind. So anyway, that's just one idea, and I'll go through a few others, and I hope you like the video. Thanks. All right, now step out of the way. No. It's okay, it's okay. But get out of the way, Danny. Okay, so the first step is going to be, as you can see here, first introduction through a physical barrier. And dependent upon the aggressiveness of your birds, as long as you have some water and food inside the cage, let them stay in there for several hours, if need be. They're all right. Let them get adjusted. Let them see them. Let them meet. Say hi, guys. When you first open the cage to let the small ones out, stay in the pen. The human being is at the top of the pecking order here. Defend the small ones. Show them who's in charge. Let them become friends slowly. It's okay. Keep going. If you're really concerned about some aggressive birds and you're not sure how they're going to react, put all of your larger birds back into the coop, leave the door shut, and let one out at a time to introduce them to your new flock. Prior to ever letting the small ones out by themselves, I think it's important to create a safe zone where they can retreat, where they cannot be pecked by any of the larger birds. With our setup, I found underneath the coop to be the best place to create a safety zone. Here I dug out an area that's big enough for the small birds, but too small for the bigger ones. Okay. Freedom! So now when you leave the house, or you're not babysitting 24/7, you'll know that they have some amount of security where they can relax and are not constantly being attacked. Another good tip is to keep the water and food near this safety zone. That way they're getting plenty of water, plenty of food, and they can basically be safe. During the course of a day, when things settle down, they'll start to be able to venture out, get some water, get some food, and even do some exploring. You'll see rather quickly that they really do start to assimilate with one another. All right, so here's the cage that you saw outside in the penned-in area when we first initially introduced them to each other. We're going to use this pen again at nighttime when they're going to go in for the evening. So what we'll do for the first couple days is stick the cage in like this and slide it all the way in. Okay, and obviously we'll close the door, and this will give the new birds, the younger birds, safety, yet they can see one another. The old ones can see the new ones can see the bigger ones, and for that period of time in the morning prior to the door opening up, right? So they're going to be, morning comes, they're awake, the door hasn't opened yet, but now they're trapped. And what we don't want to happen is this battle royale between all the older birds and the younger ones, where, I mean, they could legitimately kill them inside here. So for the first couple days, they're warming up to one another, they can see each other, and it's just a safe way for everyone to spend the night. And after that, once that's done, we'll start to let the birds just come in, and we'll let them sleep on the lower areas. And as time goes on, as they get older and larger, they will then climb up to the nesting bars and be a part of the family. So here we are. This is probably day 5 or 6, and most of the older birds, the flock, are sitting right here, right out here, or 2 of the new. Here's 2 right here. And there's 2 underneath, hanging out under there. So it's not perfect, but they're getting there in only a couple days. And there's still 2 hanging out over here for whatever reason. They might just want some peace and quiet, or maybe they're a little more nervous than the other ones, but they're in there relaxing. Alright, so the only short-term problem leaving this safety zone underneath the coop is that in the evening, when you want them to go inside, they may find it more comfortable to stay underneath it. So for the first week or so, we're just going to have to assist them along the way. At some point, if they've assimilated really well and they're still wanting to sleep under the coop, we'll just board it up, or we'll net it and prevent them from ever going under there again. But for the first week or so, when we want them to become friends, this is a great way to get that done. Another bit of advice, in this particular case with our coop, I put some chicken wire underneath the coop about a foot or so in. That way the chickens can't go so far back that you can't reach them. All right. Yes. So as I mentioned before, these guys are doing well enough now that we don't need the cage. They're coming in and staying on the floor, out of the way, and we're halfway there to home sweet home. I hope you liked my video on how to assimilate your chicken flock. If you have any other questions about chickens, sustainability, renewable energy, please contact me here on YouTube. Thank you.